lady with us coming across.
John, I'm Mayor Hamrick Henry of the city of Water Valley. I want to thank you and Channel 7 for coming over and to give us a little publicity on our upcoming Poke Salad Festival that will be held this coming Saturday, May the 7th. I am sorry that Brother Sam Higdon could not be here with us. Brother Sam had another commitment that he had to go to, but he and the Turkey Creek Baptist Church are really sponsoring the Poke Salad Festival, and they have done it for some several years. It has snowballed here in Water Valley to the point where it's quite an activity now, and we all look forward to it. We will have our main street full of flea markets, and we've had big crowds. And then we always go up for a poke salad supper. And I think everyone would be amazed to see the number of ways that poke salad could be fixed. And now I have Ms. Sarah Ruth Hale here with me, who's going to help me out and probably can give a little bit more input as to what the Poke Salad Festival is, because Sarah has been here all these years and she knows all about it. Sarah, would you have a word to say?
Ham, I think you have about covered it all, and it is something that we look forward to each year. And each year it is growing and growing and growing. And we're expecting this year to be the largest that we've ever had.
We want you to help us keep the sunshine shining, John. And again, I want to thank you and Channel 7 for giving us this interview, and we want to invite all the people in your viewing audience to come visit with us on Saturday and enjoy the Poke Salad Festival. Okay, John? Okay.
they're taking the blight. All this rain, they're taking the blight. And it's near tree. I wish somebody would come get a lot of them and get them and thin them out.
They are so pretty. Oh, I love the smell.
You got a new yard up there, just come down here and get you some of them.
Oh, well, thank you.
I want to thin them out.
You
They're too
are?
thick.
I told Ann I'd like to plant me some.
Break them down a little lower, Ann, so you have nothing. The sun's making them look wilted today. They're pretty this morning.
What do you have to plant of them? The whole thing?
Shut down and pull this one.
The root and all? When you gonna get them?
See how they went anytime you want?
Oh, anytime? Well, I sure would appreciate that. I'd love to do that.
Just some white ones. Young some yellow, a few yellow ones.
Oh, I'll have to do the yellow one. Ain't sprinkles.
Young some
Well,
bronze ones over
you
young on
come-
the other side.
Hey, you got stalking.
Well, that's all right. They're wilted. The sun's well down if y'all come early to them. Yeah, they're wilted. Now look at them out there in that
Yeah.
We're in the plant this afternoon at Glenn Slack's here in Bruce, Mississippi, and we're talking with plant manager and also Billy Zane Reeder here this afternoon. Manager's Mr. Wayne Franks. How you doing, Mr. Franks?
Just fine.
It's good to see you today, and it's nice meeting you. I tell you, this plant's really looking nice. Tell us about the how the preparations are coming as far as getting it ready to be open and things like that.
Well, our opening date is set for May the 16th. It's, you know, really coming along great.
Yeah.
We're making a lot of progress.
Well, I see the fellers are, well, they've been putting up insulation and cleaning dust off and all kinds of things like that.
Yes, everything's, you know, it's really looking up. You know, we're really looking forward to it.
Well, that's real good. Look, how many people have signed up?
There've been 650 to 700 that has signed up, and they're coming in daily, you know.
That's, how many can you actually employ when you get full swing?
200 starting out.
You got a lot to pick from then, don't you?
Yes, sir.
That's real nice. I'm sure you'll have a lot of good employees here because the people in Bruce and this area has been real excited about the plant here, and I think it's going to be a real asset for our town and our community, and we're just glad to have you here. Give us a little bit of background on yourself. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Vernon, Alabama. I was manager at Greenwood Springs Manufacturing. I've been with the company around 6 years.
Okay. Let me talk to Mr. Billy Zane Reeder over here. Billy Zane, how are you today?
I'm fine. How you doing?
We're just fine. Fill us in a little bit about what your position and job is here at the plant.
Well, my position will be assistant manager, also head mechanic.
Okay. Well, it's good to talk to both of you fellas. And Mr. Franks, why don't you give us a little bit of your idea of what you think the future of the plant's going to be here in Bruce?
Well, I think it's only looking up forward. You know, it's really great.
Well, that's mighty fine. We appreciate you fellas taking out time to talk with us here today, and we'll be back checking on you a little bit later. I believe you said something about an open house coming up. Is that right?
We are planning on having an open house. I imagine it'll be when, you know, we get started up good.
Okay, well, we'll be back when that happens, so just keep us posted there, and we'll be keeping you posted. This is William Morgan for TV7 News.
Work has been completed on the installation of this culvert at the entranceway to the Industrial Park Road south of Bruce here on Highway 9. The placement of this pipe is the first step toward building the much-needed access road to the park itself. This is expected to be a big plus in getting more industry attracted to the Bruce area. Mayor J.S. Bryant of Bruce said today that weather permitting, the next step would be to go to work on the road bed itself to the park. Although this could be a time-taking project, the placement of this culvert does stand out as much progress in this effort to provide Bruce with the access road to the industrial park. For TV7 News, this is Gene Redwine.
We're at the Bruce Fairgrounds today, and we're going to have a Bruce feeder pig sale going on right now, so we're going to get on in and take a look at that.
Number 32, forehead. 41, 36 pounds. 36 pounds number one. All they do is like those. 67, 71, 72, 71, 72.
Got somebody rounded up here. Everything's real busy and everybody's buying a lot of pigs, looks like. Ken, how are you today?
Doing fine, William.
We appreciate you taking out just a second. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, this is just an area feeder pig sale. We have one every quarter here at Bruce, and they have them throughout the state at other locations. Producers around here can come by and have a local market, plenty of buyers here, and usually get a pretty good price.
Yeah. You buying some?
No, I'm just spectating today.
Spectating?
Yeah.
We appreciate you taking out a minute to talk with us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's how it is right here in Bruce, Mississippi at the Bruce Feeder Pig Sale. I bet. We're standing on the edge of Persimmon Creek Bridge. It just washed out last night on this road between Concord and Ellard, and we were talking with some of the county people here a minute ago, and they seem to think probably some trees came down this creek and hit the bridge and knocked it out. Some of the bridge planks are found quite a ways down the creek, and feel like that some of it's even down in the lake. So the water did get high here last night, as you can well tell. This is William Morgan for TV7 News. We're trying to get around and talk to as many farmers as we can in the county, and today we're out at Jerry Mitchell's house. Jerry, how are you doing today?
Fine, you?
We're just fine. Wanted to ask you a little bit about your crop up at this time. I understand that you work with the Mayhans. Is that right?
That's right. I work for my brother-in-laws.
Okay, and what are their names?
L.W. and J.M. Mahan.
Okay, that's Luke.
Luke and Johnny.
Yeah, right. Okay. How many acres y'all farm?
Approximately 1,500, a little better.
That's a lot of land, isn't it?
Yeah, be underwater, some of it.
Tell us about the last rains we had, last night.
Well, most of our ground was pretty high that we farm and all, and there's not any of it underwater right at the present and all. It got pretty wet, though.
What are you mostly planting this year, cotton, beans, or what?
Well, we raise cotton, beans, milo, and corn.
Okay. Do you have, about how much of it do you have planted already?
Well, we've got all of our cotton planted, but about 100 acres, working about 400 acres cotton.
Is some of it already up?
Oh yeah, a good bit of it's up.
Okay, it's getting kind of late to not have things planted right now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, if it keeps this up, another rain or two it will be.
Be a few days before we can get back in the field, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I think probably middle of next week now.
What would be your predictions on this year as far as Calhoun County is concerned in the farming? Just roughly your idea of what kind of year you think it may be.
Well, if it don't hurry up and dry up, it could be worse than it has been. This would be just about as bad as a drought.
Yeah.
If you can't get it planted, you're not going to make it.
You're right about that. Well, Jerry, we appreciate you talking with us today.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is William Morgan for TV7.
Members of the VFW, American Legion, DAV, and Vietnam veterans were on hand for the dedication of the monument, which is located in downtown Water Valley. We have this interview.
We're talking with Mr. Rakestraw today,
Right.
Mr. Charles Rakestraw, and tell us your position and what's been going on, sir.
Well, I am the commander at least until June 27th of this year, and I'll be going out, and another man will be taking my place. But what we have did, we have 11 people that we had to put on our monuments. It was talked about ever since I've been a member of the VFW, and nobody seemed to take a lead or do anything. So last June, I took over as commander of the VFW Post 4100 Water Valley, and I decided it's about time someone did this. And you know, it's a costly project, so we had a spaghetti dinner and an auction and this and that and the other, and raised enough money. And with the help of the man that owned the monument company, Mr. Robert Whitehead, the B&W Monument Company, he sold it to us at cost. So we were able to erect this. We're mighty proud of it today. This is something, the Vietnam War was not a very popular war, so everybody seemed to want to forget about them. Well, I suggest that we forget about the war, but don't forget about the warriors.
Right.
They had nothing to do with the war. All they were to do, they did their duty. They did not go to Canada. They paid the highest price of any man for freedom, and that was with their life. We should never forget these men. As long as I can possibly have anything in the world to do with this at all, they'll never forget about it as long as I possibly can. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Charles Rakestraw in Water Valley, Mississippi, on this Memorial Day, 1983. We're in Water Valley, and we're talking to the mayor here, Mayor Henry. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, William. I want to tell you again, I appreciate you coming over here and helping us with this ceremony. I think we had a very successful ceremony. This, as I said in my little talk, is a day of remembrance.
Yes, sir.
I think you are all to be commended for coming over and help us remember our comrades, our deceased veterans who gave their lives for their country. And again, I want to tell you, we appreciate the courtesies all of you show us.
We enjoy doing it. We appreciate the invitation.
Thank you, William. And I'm just glad to be here and glad to see you both again.
Okay, thank you, Mayor, for talking with us today on this Memorial Day, 1983 in Water Valley, Mississippi. This is William Morgan for TV7 News.
Hello, I'm Ann Morgan and with Channel 7 TV, and in our studios today we have Mr. Will Howey, who is president of the Calhoun County Child Development Council, and also Mr. Bob Roan, who is the Secretary-Treasurer of the Calhoun County Child Development Council. And they are here to tell our viewers about the summer camp program for the handicapped children in Calhoun County. Welcome to our Channel 7 studios, and we are so glad you could come by and inform us on what will be going on with the handicapped children in the area this summer. And I guess I can start with you, Mr. Howey. Could you explain the summer camp program?
Okay, what we do is we have a program, and this has been about the 7th or 8th year that we've done it, to where 20 handicapped children that's either physical or mentally handicapped come and spend a week with us, and we have a lot of different activities and games and food for them. And this year on June the 20th through the 24th, we'll be having our camp here in Bruce Elementary School.
Okay, now these children are just from Calhoun County, or are they from everywhere, or just this area?
This is just from Calhoun County
Just
residents.
this county, and you have approximately 20, you said.
Right.
And where does this camp, now does it, I know I have read in previous, is it at the park, or just where is it located?
What we do is we have one of the old 4th grade classrooms at the elementary school here, and then we'll go out to the park in Pittsboro and have a field day out there. Some people from Corps of Engineers, U.S. Forestry Service, and all are going to put on a program for us. We go to the city pool, and so just a lot of varied and different activities.
Right. What is the age now? Is it various ages or?
Right. Anybody from 6 to about 18, 20 years old are eligible for it, and we have an application process so that anybody who knows of a kid who would benefit from this, Bob is handling part of that, and DeWitt Spencer is also one of our contact people.
Right. Mr. Roan, what could you add to the summer camp program? That you've been working with it how long now in this area? I know you've worked in the county and the school system for a long time.
Well, it's been almost 10 years since Governor Waller organized child development councils in all the counties, and I've been with it all the time. I guess I'm the only charter member still with them. We've been doing this, I think, since the second year that we had a child development program, and we've run it roughly the same way each time. We had help from the experts up at the mental health place in Oxford. We had a lot of help. They came down and paid part of their own bill and gave us all the help we needed for how to play with the kids, how to teach our volunteers to understand the problems of the kids and this kind of thing. And we've, like you said, 6 or 7 years, I'm sure we've done this kind of thing, and it goes over every time. That all the kids are so happy they came. All the people are saying how nice it was to be there and get to know kids like that and this kind of thing.
Sounds like it's a big benefit for the county and for the handicapped children. Mr. Howie, Mr. Roan has explained a little how he got into it. How did you get into the handicapped work with the children? I mean, what your background as far as handicapped, working with the handicapped?
I used to work for the Mental Health Center here as a psychologist, and so now I'm in private practice, but that's how I first got involved with this particular county, and just love kids.
Just love kids. Where do you practice? In Oxford?
In Lafayette County and Calhoun County.
In both,
well.
you?
Yes.
Well, that is good. Well, we really appreciate you for this and for the camp and these programs that you're setting up for the children. Now, after summer's over, what do we have to look for? What do they have to look forward to in fall? Is this a year-round thing? I realize you're explaining the summer now because of the time of the year it is, but is it a year-round program that you have something like in the fall for them to do also?
This is a specific thing coming down in for the summer. The school system has a ongoing program for the handicapped, and so this is supplemental to that.
Right, just something a little extra for them.
Right, we have a volunteer program for working, tutoring with the children in the schools, things like this, and we do need volunteers this summer, so if anyone is interested in helping out, they can contact DeWitt Spencer at 983-2951 or the county superintendent's office, which is 983-4364.
Right. Do you have anything you would like to add to this? Any further comments you would like to tell the viewers? Again, the dates on this and.
Well, I am the chairman of the committee that's trying to find volunteers for the summer, and when it was in the paper a couple of weeks ago, they put my telephone number in too, because I'm near my phone now most of the time these days. So if you can't get in touch with anyone at those numbers that he just gave you, why don't you call me at Hulk? It's 568-7111, and I'll put your name on the list of volunteers if that's what you want to do. We also, the homemakers clubs and things like that are always sending us cookies for the kids and so forth, and anybody that finds out about it, the dairies and cold drinks people and this kind of thing are always giving us all the Coke and milk that we can use, you know, this kind of thing. They've been very nice to us. It's worked out very well every year so far. Will mentioned the fact that we have kids that are recommended that are eligible for this kind of thing, and we have a screening committee. DeWitt Spencer is on it, and he's with the school department here in the county. Don Sanderson is with the child welfare department, or the public welfare department in Pittsboro, and he's on it too. Oh, and Annis Young is with the school department, and she's on that committee too. So we'll have been screening. I'm sure they have been. They were supposed to start screening last week, and trying to find which 20 kids need us the most, this kind of thing.
How do you just judge it then, like you say, this screening committee, chooses the children
Yes.
that do attend this camp. Well, this is very good, and we appreciate you explaining it to our viewers and to Channel 7. I would like to encourage anybody who would like to be a volunteer with this program that it would really be a rewarding experience. I know it's a joy to work with handicapped children. I had the privilege as a teenager in high school of working with handicapped children, and we really enjoyed it. And if you have any free time this summer, be sure and do like Mr. Rohn said, give him a call or give the county education office a call and let them know. And we appreciate Mr. Howie and Mr. Rohn being with us today and explaining the program to us. And if you have any questions, get in contact with them. And this is Ann Morgan for Channel 7 TV.
Thomas, I know today is the first day of hurricane season. We wanted to talk a little bit about tornadoes, though, since that's a little bit more to our concern in this part of the state. What is the peak tornado season?
The peak tornado season is usually from about the 1st of February to the end of May, but they usually don't just restrict them to their months because they can happen at any time.
All right, we hear a lot when the weather's threatening about tornado watches and tornado warnings. Elaborate on that just a little bit. Tell us the difference.
Okay, a tornado watch means that tornado development is possible. That means you need to keep an eye on the sky for any kind of threatening weather and stay tuned to radio and television and listen for any weather bulletins. A tornado warning means a tornado has been sighted and are indicated by radar, and persons in the path of the storm should seek shelter immediately, preferably in a storm cellar or underground place or steel framed or concrete reinforced building.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know what to do if a tornado warning is issued. They get kind of shook up, and reasonably so. But tell us just a little bit about what kind of precautions you should take, maybe if you're in your home or school or out on the road or things like that.
Okay, in your home, the basement would be the best place for a person to be. If you don't have a basement, you need to seek shelter under sturdy furniture. In other homes without basements, you need to take cover in the center part of the house, on the lowest floor, in a small room, as far away from windows